Consistency, dominance, greatness. These are words we use to define the NFL's legends. Yet for some reason, a receiver who has been rewriting the history book since 2014 flies under the radar. How does a player this great remain so underappreciated? Can you guess who it is yet? As today we're going to be diving into why Mike Evans is not just a superstar, but a first ballot Hall of Famer and the most underrated wide receiver in the NFL. But before Mike Evans became one of the best NFL wide receivers, he was dominating at Texas A&M. And Evans was actually a two-sport athlete in high school, only picking up football in his senior season. Despite Evans transitioning to football late, he quickly became one of the most electrifying receivers in college football. As he redshirted his true freshman season there at Texas A&M, but then as a redshirt freshman, Evans immediately made his presence known. He eclipsed 1,000 receiving yards in his first season and became Johnny Manziel's favorite target during his Heisman campaign. But then Evans took it to another level in his sophomore season as he torched Alabama's defense for 279 yards and a touchdown in one of the most memorable performances of that season. And Mike Evans finished that 2013 season with 69 catches for 1,394 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns. And by the end of that season, he set the single-season receiving yards record for Texas A&M. And despite only playing 2 seasons, Evans finished as one of the most prolific receivers in Texas A&M history. His size, speed, and physicality made him an impossible matchup for college defenses and caught the attention of NFL scouts. And the teams in the 2014 NFL draft did not wait long as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected him 7th overall. And in 2014, Mike Evans entered the NFL as the 7th overall pick, and as a rookie, he wasted no time making his mark. As in his rookie season, he racked up 1,051 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns. And at just 21 years old, Evans became the youngest player in NFL history to catch at least 12 touchdown passes in a season. From day number 1, Evans showed that he wasn't just another receiver, he was special. Now here's when things really began to get incredible. As Mike Evans has started his career with 9 straight 1,000-yard seasons, that's a feat that no other receiver in NFL history has accomplished. Not Jerry Rice, not Randy Moss, nobody has done this. And it started in his second season in 2015 when he racked up 1,206 yards despite having inconsistent quarterback play. And in 2016, he finally got his first Pro Bowl nod as he had 1,321 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns. And despite being injured throughout most of the 2017 season and Jameis Winston as his starting quarterback, he still managed to get 1,001 yards. And then in 2018, he was finally healthy, and this allowed Mike Evans to set his career high in yards as he had 1,524 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns. He was officially on a roll now, having 5 straight seasons of 1,000 receiving yards in the NFL. And in 2019, it looked like he finally was not going to get 1,000 receiving yards as he missed 3 games in this year. Despite only playing in 13 games, Mike Evans absolutely went off, having 1,157 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns. And then in the 2020 season, he helped the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win their first Super Bowl as he had 1,006 receiving yards and 13 touchdowns. And 2021 was another similar season for Mike Evans as he had 1,035 receiving yards with 14 touchdowns, setting his career high in touchdowns in this season. And then once again in 2022, it looks like he was not going to get 1,000 receiving yards, but in week 17, he had 207 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns in 1 game. He's kept the streak alive, and he had another amazing season in 2023, having 79 catches for 1,255 receiving yards and 13 touchdowns. Sadly though, early on in the 2024 season, he just could not stay healthy and was constantly injured. Many people believe that he stood no chance and that his record would finally be broken. But heading into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers week 18 matchup against the Saints, he has 65 catches for 915 receiving yards and 11 touchdowns, only needing 85 receiving yards to keep the record alive. And to put this truly amazing feat into perspective, the closest active player to matching Evans' streak is Devontae Adams, who has 6 1,000-yard seasons in total, not consecutively. But now let's talk about Evans' place in NFL history, as he's only one of 6 players to ever reach the 10,000-yard mark by their 9th season. The others, you ask? Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, Torrey Holt, and Calvin Johnson. Some pretty elite company, as every one of them is still either in the Hall of Fame or considered a lock. And as of 2023, with 81 career touchdowns, Evans is already in the top 25 all-time for receiving touchdowns, and he's not slowing down. For context, Hall of Famers like Calvin Johnson finished their careers with fewer touchdowns than Evans currently has. And another thing that makes Evans' consistency so remarkable is what he's had to overcome. He's played with a revolving door of quarterbacks. Before Tom Brady arrived, Evans had caught passes from the likes of Jameis Winston, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Mike Glennon, and Josh McCown. And despite this, he still produced in an elite level every single year. Evans isn't just a product of a good system or a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's been the constant in Tampa Bay no matter who was under center. And let's not forget Mike Evans as a Super Bowl champion, as in 2020 he played a key role in the Buccaneers championship run. While the spotlight was often on Tom Brady, Evans' ability to stretch the field and draw double coverage opened up opportunities for his teammates. So let's make sure to give Evans his flowers while he's still playing, because years from now when we look back at this era, we'll realize we were watching one of the greatest to ever do it. And for those of us paying attention now, we already know Mike Evans is an absolute legend. And if you along with me believes that Mike Evans deserves more recognition, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and share your favorite Mike Evans moments in the comments below. Let's make sure that this superstar gets the respect he has earned.